Today, I bring you a tale that will send shivers down your spine. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the unknown as we delve into the depths of a chilling mystery that revolves around an eerie photograph in an abandoned house. In the heart of a desolate neighborhood, there stood a forsaken block of houses, condemned to meet their inevitable fate, demolition. Among these crumbling structures lay a peculiar house, its windows and doors sealed tight, warding off curious souls like an impenetrable fortress. Little did anyone know that within these walls, a haunting presence lurked, waiting to reveal its secrets. It was on a night much like any other, filled with adrenaline and a thirst for adventure, that my best friend and I decided to explore the forbidden. Armed with only a digital camera and a fearless spirit, we ventured into the dilapidated realm, unaware of the chilling encounter that awaited us. As we journeyed through the decaying houses, documenting the remnants of forgotten lives, we stumbled upon a window that offered a glimpse into the unknown. With bated breath, we captured a photograph, never anticipating the supernatural entity that would reveal itself within its confines. The photograph captured more than just a moment in time. It immortalized a woman draped in a tattered brown raincoat, her ghostly visage etched with a sadness that pierced the very core of our souls. But how could this be? No woman had been present when the picture was taken, and the window itself had been sealed shut, a prisoner to the abandoned house's decay. Determined to unravel the enigma, we embarked on a quest to revisit the abandoned house, searching for answers that lay shrouded in darkness. What secrets would we uncover within those walls? And what would the haunting photograph ultimately reveal about the tragic tale that unfolded within? Join us, brave souls, as we step into the unknown, driven by an insatiable curiosity to unearth the truth behind the haunting photograph, unraveling the mystery of the abandoned house. Together, we will confront the inexplicable, confront the supernatural, and confront the very essence of fear itself. Prepare yourselves for a bone-chilling experience like no other. Welcome to Horror Haunt by JJ. A few years ago, a strange and unforgettable incident occurred involving my best friend. It was a night when we were both 15 years old and had decided to have a sleepover at his house after indulging in a marathon of spine-chilling horror movies. Fueled by the thrill of the films, we yearned for something more exhilarating. Not too far from my friend's house, there stood a dilapidated block of houses in a desolate state, slated for demolition in just a couple of days. The local government had made plans to clear the area to make room for new residences. The entire site was enclosed by a sturdy fence, and warning signs were plastered everywhere, cautioning people to keep away. The houses, once homes to families, were now sealed shut with wooden planks, denying entry to anyone who dared to venture inside. Curiosity beckoned us, and we couldn't resist the temptation to explore the forbidden realm. We decided to take a leisurely stroll through the old block and capture some random photographs as mementos of this extraordinary adventure. My friend was aware of a secret entry point into the block, so we made our way there with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Upon reaching the spot, we soon discovered that every single house had been securely boarded up. It seemed like an impenetrable fortress, thwarting our aspirations of uncovering the mysteries hidden within. However, our determination refused to waver, and as luck would have it, we stumbled upon a house with a window on the top floor that appeared to be inadequately secured. Our curiosity got the better of us, and we couldn't resist the opportunity to peer inside. Through that slightly ajar window, we glimpsed into a room shrouded in eerie darkness. With a sense of intrigue mingled with fear, we decided to capture a photograph using my trusty digital camera. Little did we know that this decision would lead us down a path we never could have anticipated. Returning to the safety of my friend's house, we eagerly loaded the pictures onto a computer to relive the night's escapades. As we scrolled through the images, a particular photograph caught our attention, leaving us utterly dumbfounded. There, in the image of the window we had photographed, stood a woman. She wore a tattered brown raincoat, her skin as pale as snow, and her hair, jet black and flowing down to her waist. Her countenance appeared hauntingly sad, as if carrying the weight of an indescribable sorrow. Confusion and disbelief overwhelmed us, for we distinctly remembered that no woman had been present when we clicked the photo. Furthermore, the very window and door through which we had peered had been firmly barricaded with planks. Our minds swirled with questions, desperately seeking logical explanations for this inexplicable phenomenon. Driven by a relentless curiosity, we resolved to return to the abandoned house to investigate the truth behind the mysterious apparition. As we cautiously approached, our hearts pounding in anticipation, we confirmed that our initial observation had been accurate. Every entrance and exit was still securely tied shut, leaving no possibility for anyone to have entered or exited the premises. It was as if the woman we had seen existed solely within the confines of that ethereal photograph. We were left grappling with an enigma that defied conventional understanding. Who was this melancholic woman, trapped within the frozen frame of a photograph? What had led her to wander within the forsaken walls of that decrepit house? Countless theories and conjectures swirled within our minds, yet no definitive answers emerged. To this day, the memory of that night lingers, etched into our minds as an unsolved mystery. The photograph remains a haunting reminder of an encounter with the inexplicable, a testament to the existence of realms beyond our comprehension. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary experiences occur when we dare to venture into the unknown, where reality and the supernatural collide, leaving us with more questions than answers. I invite you to delve into the depths of a bone-chilling story that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Prepare yourselves to witness the horrifying tale of obsession's grip, escaping the clutches of Ayano. In the quiet suburbs of Japan, a sinister obsession took hold, weaving a web of fear and torment. Our story begins with a young boy, Rita, who unknowingly became the target of a disturbing infatuation. Ayano, a girl several years his senior, harbored an intense and dangerous crush on Rita, setting the stage for a spine-tingling descent into darkness. Rita, an innocent 11 or 12-year-old boy, possessed a charm that captivated many, but none more so than Ayano. She, at the age of 17, developed an unhealthy obsession with him. What started as admiration soon twisted into something far more sinister, transforming Ayano into a relentless and dangerous stalker. Day and night, Ayano haunted Rita's every move. Her stalking went beyond mere online surveillance. It invaded his personal life, leaving him paralyzed with fear. Overwhelmed with obsessive desire, Ayano bombarded him with incessant messages, her inquiries turning increasingly personal and unnerving. Rita's unease escalated as Ayano's messages crossed boundaries, revealing an eerie knowledge of his daily routine. Her relentless pursuit manifested in an unsettling and chilling manner, leaving Rita with no escape from her relentless obsession. The nightmare reached its peak when Ayano, posing as a babysitter, maneuvered her way into Rita's life. What initially seemed like an ordinary arrangement soon became a living nightmare. Ayano's games grew twisted and sadistic, forcing Rita into disturbing roles, blurring the lines between reality and horror. Locked in Ayano's house, Rita found himself trapped, isolated from the outside world. As the days stretched on, Ayano's malevolence intensified, leaving Rita with no choice but to confront the terrifying truth. With her absence, he discovered a glimmer of hope, a chance to break free from the clutches of this deranged obsession. In a moment of desperation, Rita managed to break free from Ayano's grip, crying out for help. The swift arrival of law enforcement finally brought an end to his torment. Ayano was apprehended, and Rita, embraced by his relieved mother, embarked on a journey of healing and recovery. Today, Rita stands as a survivor, his resilience a testament to the strength of the human spirit. He shares his harrowing story, a cautionary tale of the darkness that can lurk behind infatuations gone awry. Join me as we venture into the depths of obsession, exploring the chilling tale of obsession's grip, escaping the clutches of Ayano. Together, we will unravel the chilling secrets, confront our deepest fears, and shed light on the dangers that lie within the shadows of obsession. A few years ago, a chilling and harrowing incident unfolded in the life of my friend from Japan, whom I will refer to as Rita. This eerie tale takes us back to a time when Rita was merely 11 or 12 years old. Rita, a charming and attractive youngster, had unknowingly attracted the attention of one particular girl, Ayano, who had developed an extreme crush on him. However, this infatuation would soon escalate into a nightmare that Rita would struggle to forget. Ayano, who happened to be 17 years old, was an acquaintance of Rita's and lived just down the road from him. Initially, Rita hadn't paid much attention to her, as she seemed like any other person in their community. However, Ayano's harmless admiration quickly morphed into an obsession, plunging Rita into a world of fear and uncertainty. Day and night, Ayano relentlessly stalked Rita, always finding a way to shadow his every move. Whether it was in person or through online platforms, she would consistently invade his privacy. The stalking began innocently enough, with Ayano bombarding Rita with over 20 messages a day, mostly checking on his well-being and safety. Though it was slightly unsettling, Rita brushed it off as eccentric behavior. As time went on, the messages from Ayano grew increasingly disturbing. They transitioned from innocent inquiries to deeply personal observations about Rita's life. She would comment on his eating habits, reminding him to have lunch if he skipped it, or even claiming that his little sister seemed hungry when she cried. Concern turned to fear as Rita realized that Ayano had an unsettling knowledge of his daily activities. To make matters worse, Rita's mother was often absent, leaving him and his siblings in the care of babysitters. And one fateful day, Rita found himself face to face with Ayano once again, but this time as his appointed babysitter. Though nothing initially seemed out of the ordinary, Ayano's presence became increasingly uncomfortable. She grew alarmingly close to Rita's mother, crossing boundaries that made him uneasy. One day, Ayano approached Rita at school, informing him that his mother would be away on a trip for an entire week. She claimed that his mother had instructed him to stay at her house during this time. Rita felt a sense of apprehension, but ultimately, he couldn't go against his mother's wishes. Ayano assured him that his mother had already left, and he reluctantly agreed to go home with her after school. Upon arriving at Ayano's house, Rita immediately noticed that her parents were not present. Uncertainty began to gnaw at him, and the details of what transpired next became hazy, as Rita struggled to recount this part of the story. Even years later, the memory of those events still deeply unsettles him. He recalls Ayano engaging him in strange and disturbing games, such as playing house, where she insisted on being the wife and he the husband. They also played eerie games of cops and robbers, and unsettling challenges to see who would get scared first. In one chilling instance, Ayano blindfolded Rita and left him alone in a silent room for hours on end. Days turned into nights, and Rita found himself trapped in Ayano's house, locked away while she went off to her part-time job. The doors were locked, and the windows were too high to escape through. Rita was left alone, anxiously watching television, when a bone-chilling news report caught his attention. It was a missing child report, and to his utter shock, the missing child was none other than himself. Before he could gather his wits and note down the contact number displayed on the screen, the television abruptly switched off. Standing behind him was Ayano, holding the remote control, her presence casting an eerie shadow over the room. In a state of panic, Rita desperately cried out for help, managing to break free from Ayano's grasp just in time. He rushed to open a window and cried out for assistance. Fortunately, a couple passing by heard his distress calls and immediately contacted the police. Within a short span, law enforcement arrived at the scene, discovering Rita locked in Ayano's bedroom. He was blindfolded and his hands were bound, a testament to the torment he had endured as a helpless victim. Ayano was swiftly apprehended by the authorities, but the details of what transpired afterward remain unclear to Rita. His recollections are hazy, and he only remembers the police taking her away while his relieved mother embraced him tightly. Following this traumatic ordeal, Rita and his family made the difficult decision to relocate to Australia, seeking solace in a fresh start far away from the haunting memories of his kidnapper. Even to this day, the mere mention of Ayano's name evokes fear and anxiety in Rita's heart. The scars of that nightmarish experience remain etched within him, serving as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind seemingly innocent infatuations. Rita's story stands as a chilling testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring trauma caused by those who exploit the boundaries of obsession and love.